This was so crazy and unexpected. It's 6-6 in this game, and check this out. Milane Rane.
Oh my.
What just happened?
Went over and screamed 1 inch from Eric Oncins.
Why? Check out this angle of it. She was so ready for it. Eric Oncins is like, yikes, whoopsies. So why the heck did this just happen? We're gonna break the whole thing down for you. Welcome to the Sorry Not Sorry Pickleball Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Callie. This week, MLP is back. This time we are in Austin. It was a hot Memorial Day weekend, but that didn't stop us from having a ton of fun and a ton of great matches. This is a fun one and I'm very excited to get into it. But before we do, if you guys wouldn't mind, go ahead and hit that like button real quick. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Share this episode with your pickleball friends and your family members. Also, leave me a comment down below. Tell me what you thought about this weekend. And with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into this week's episode.
This is the new and improved forgiveness. Forgiveness is more than saying sorry. I'm sorry. Forgiveness.
I'm not sorry I took the money.
All right, before we move on, let's talk real quick about pickleballcentral.com. Pickleballcentral.com has everything that you'll ever need. They've got pickleballs, nets, shoes, paddles, of course. Anything you need for pickleball, you're gonna find it on here. I recently just got myself some new pickleball shoes. It was a little bit difficult because there's so many good options on here. I ended up going with the square shoes. So far, I gotta tell you, they've been a big difference. The whole thing is that like the top toe part is like square shape, but it's wider, so your toes aren't all scrunched up. And of course, Pickleball Central has all the best paddles. Seen a lot of carbons out there, obviously a ton of Yolas, but I've been seeing more and more Protons. Everybody who has a Flamingo loves it. I have this paddle. It's a great paddle. And I'm not just saying that. This honestly is my favorite paddle I've ever played with. Summer's coming up. It's time to invest in a good paddle. You're going to be out there playing a lot. So make sure you get the right one. So head on over to pickleballcentral.com. Make sure you use the link down in the description below. When you do that, it'll automatically apply a discount for when you check out. No more promo codes. It's super simple. Just click on the link down below. That'll hook you up as well as help support the show. So once again, head on over to pickleballcentral.com. Use that link down in the description below. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. We'll start on day one. Only one premier match. And that's going to be from the Texas Rangers taking on the Orlando Squeeze. Texas Rangers with a big home court advantage. I guess if there is any advantage. I mean, they are the Texas Rangers, and Austin is in Texas. I don't know how committed people are to the Rangers team. This lady's saying, don't mess with Texas Rangers or Lacey Schneeman. Lacey Schneeman on the Orlando Squeeze, so I guess she's kind of rooting for both teams. So we'll jump in here. Women's doubles. Texas Rangers down by 1. It's 8-9. Etta Tuanatoa and Tina Pisnik taking on Lacey Schneeman and Samantha Parker. Look at this. Tina Pisnik, so good with the resets. Go back to dinking. An attack from Samantha Parker. Defense from the Rangers. Look at that. Nice shot in there. Back to dinking. Etta to Lacey, who fires away. Gets it started. Lacey sends one long. So the Rangers tie it up at 9. Game point now for the Rangers. The drop in. Lacey going hard at Tina. That's in the net. And Lacey smacks the ball. Tweener. All right, next up, let's do men's doubles. Christian Alshon, Eric Oncins, real solid men's team, taking on Dylan Frazier and Fed. We'll jump in here. It's 3-0 Rangers. Looking real good. Start them off, and look at this. Eric Oncins just taking over. I mean, the Squeeze have a pretty good men's team, but I guess the Rangers are just that much better. Look at this, the Ernie from Oncins. They're destroying them. They end up winning this game 11-2. Tim Klitsch super pumped about that. If you don't know who this is, Tim Klitsch is the owner of the Austin Pickleball Ranch, where they're playing right now. He also used to own the Texas Rangers. Also, he's the father of Maddie Pickles. I'm sure you've heard me talk about Maddie Pickles' YouTube channel. Go check it out. He's always giving random charts and stats, things that are just way above my head. So apparently Tim Klitsch has a bet with Fed. If the Rangers win this match, Fed has to give him a signed Yola paddle. But if the Squeeze win, Fed gets to wear that hat. I'd be terrified. So we'll jump into the first mixed game, 7-3 here, and look at that shot from Tina Pisnik. Ranchers up 8-3. Crowd's going nuts. And so game point, match point for the Ranchers. Nice rally here. That's in the net by Fed. Eric Oncins so pumped. So Fed owes Mr. Klitsch a signed paddle. The hat's staying with the Ranchers. Mr. Klitsch getting cocky after game 3. He's like, we're going for the sweep. Crowd getting so into it. Check this point out. Did you hear that? Dylan Frazier's like, what the heck? Someone in the crowd screaming. And they're still going. They just stop for a second, and then they're going. Dylan's like, you know what? All right, we'll take it. We won the point. Now the Ranchers are like, hey.
Crowd cannot cause a distraction.
Crowd cannot cause a distraction. Move on. So who was the one that said something? Is it someone on the bench? Was it a player? Was it a fan? I think I know who it was. Just saying. I don't know. And so the Ranchers are going to sweep the Orlando Squeeze to start us off on Friday. Big win for them. Have you heard of Bodie Pickleball yet? If you haven't, you gotta know about it. First off, their specialty is overgrips. There's a ton of pro players that are playing with these Bodie Pickleball overgrips. You've got like Hunter Johnson, Paris Todd, Gabe Tardio, just to name a few. You gotta be changing your overgrips regularly. So you might as well just come on here, get yourself like a 30 pack. They've got any color that you want. Maybe get something subtle like white, black, or gray. Personally, I like the neon colors. And when you do get a 30 pack, make sure you get a Bodie Pickleball backpack too. That way you can store all the overgrips in there. There's like a special little compartment on the inside that's perfect for it. And they got more than backpacks and overgrips. I mean, they got edge tape, tungsten tape for weight, paddle eraser, even sleeves. It is going to start to get hot. You are going to start to get sweaty. You might want to get yourself some arm sleeves and pickleball towels. Maybe an armband or two. Anyways, there's a ton to explore, so go check it out. Head on over to bodipickleball.com. That's BODHI pickleball.com. And when you check out on your order, make sure you use promo code SORRY. That's SORRY. That'll hook you up, give you a nice big discount. I've tried a few different overgrips in the past, and I'm telling you, Bodie is the #1 for a reason. So head on over to Bodie Pickleball. Go find out why. And once again, use promo code SORRY on your checkout. All right, let's move on to day 2. We're going to start here. The Orlando Squeeze taking on the Dallas Flash. The Dallas Flash are undefeated this year. So Orlando is a big underdog. So the Dallas Flash women's team took the first game, and look at this. Here in game 2, Dylan Frazier tagging JW Johnson. They're up 9-4. Orlando Squeeze had a game point. Flash held them off. Here we are on 4-10. J-Dub getting it done. Gets it to a 5-point game. And then on 5-10, after some dinking, Fed speeds up through the middle. Doesn't work. Look at that. 6-10 now. 7-10 here. Flash starting to come back. It's just a 2-point game now. 8-10. J-Dub rips a drive that clips Dylan Frazier. He's so upset. He's like, you gotta be kidding me. 9-10 now. And so 9-10. Can the Flash tie it up? No, that's in the net. Orlando Squeeze with another chance to take this second game now. And so 10-9-2. Dylan Frazier hit a drop into the net. This is the third chance. That's long. The Flash have another chance to tie it. And so on 9-10, Flash working their way up. Fed in the net. We're tied at 10. 10-10 now. Look at that dink from Fed. Tight angles. Oh, and Fed hits it in the net. So the Flash take the lead, 11-10. They've got game point. They were down 4-10, and here they are with a chance to take it. Oh, and that's in the net. So here we go. Squeeze now looking to tie it at 11. Drive from Fed down the middle. It works. Tied at 11. So the Squeeze looking to take the lead. Little firefight. Soft reset. Fire it away again. That's wide. The Squeeze up 12-11. Another chance to take game 2. So here we go. 12-11. Another chance. Fired away is Augie. Gets himself into trouble, and the Squeeze are going to take game 2. We're tied 1 game apiece. So here we go, game 3. It's Fed and Lacey against the Johnson siblings. And that's just dangerous when you got Jorja Johnson on the other side of you. She's just too good. I mean, look at this. It's 5-3. The Squeeze up by 2. Don't hit it to Jorja. What are you doing? Nice reset there. That's in the net from Fed. 6-6 now. Flash looking to take the lead. Jorja dropping it in. J-Dub hits a sharp angle. The HCP defended by Jorja. Next ball in the net. They're up 7-6. And so the Flash up 10-6. Game point. Jorja Johnson with the earning to seal the deal. And so game 4, the Flash, they're going to take this 11-5. They take down the Orlando Squeeze 3-1. I mean, the Dallas Flash are just clearly the #1 team. All right, next up, we've got the New Jersey 5's taking on the Miami Pickleball Club. So New Jersey women's team, they took game #1 quite easily. Here we are in game #2. 5's are tied with Miami 3-3. Miami's got Jay DeVilliers, No Way Cliff, taking on Will Howells and Zane Navertil. New Jersey looking to take the lead here. Watch this. Zane gets knocked down, paddle out. He's like, I dropped my paddle. I couldn't get it quick enough. Will with the backup here. Tried to keep it alive. Zane blew it. 6-6 here. Start with some dinking. Out wide, the ATP defended by Will Howells. Zane pops it up just to buy some time. Working their way up to the kitchen. Can't quite get there. Now they're invited back in. Here we go. We got some more dinking. Will Howells playing passive. Not trying to be too aggressive here. Moving the dinks around. Zane speeds up. Firefight. That's in the net. So Miami comes out on top of that one. They're going to take the lead 7-6. 8-6 now. Miami out in front by 2. Watch this. ATP from Jay DeVilliers. Stays over there. Doesn't get the point. And look, he's like, hey, Ryan Harwood is on the court. Get this guy out of here. He's distracting me. So the 5's down 8-10. Trying to come back, and look at this. Zane and Will going off. Get it to a 1-point game. 9-10 now. That ball's long. We're tied at 10. Now the 5's looking to take the lead. Going right at Jay. Very big Tui. They've got game point now. And so game point, 11-10. Will Howell speeds up. Hands battle. 5's come out on top. They win this game 12-10. That is a rough loss for Miami. They had a chance. So Miami won the first mixed game, but, you know, it never really matters when you got ALW and Will Howells waiting to play the 4th game. Here they are taking on Bowie and Jay DeVilliers. It's 9-1 here. Look at Will Howells just go off, getting everything. Annalise there too. Let's go. What a rally. Finds a spot, gets it to 10-1. And so the 5's are going to take this one 11-2. They win the match against Miami. All right, next up, it's Saturday Night Pickleball. The Flash taking on the Ranchers. This is a match that everybody was looking forward to. The 2 Texas teams. Ranchers rocking the red unis. I don't understand. Why does every team have a red uniform? By the way, I don't understand why they call this Saturday Night Pickleball in the middle of the day. They should be playing at night. Look how hot it is. It's 97 degrees. Feels like 99 degrees. This is crazy. So game 1, the women for the Flash dominated the Ranchers. Jorja Johnson and Tyra playing so good. But here we are in game 2. Ranchers up 9-3. Ranchers probably have one of the best men's team in MLP right now. And look at this. They get it to 10-3. Finally, the crowd has something to cheer for. Home team doing something good. And then here we go on game point. Christian Alshon getting it done. So we'll jump to game 3 now. Dallas Flash and Texas Rangers tied 2 points apiece. And look at this, ATP from Tina Pisnik. 3-3 still, and look at this, Eric Oncins just getting everything. Hits the Ernie on J-Dub. But it would not be enough for the Ranchers, because the best mixed team right now is J-Dub and Jorja. And they're going to win this one 11-3. So game 4, here we go. Texas looking to take this to a dream breaker. Tyra and Augie Guh taking on Christian Alshon and Etta. Nice little hands battle there. Popped up, and Alshon finishes through the middle. Ranchers up 4-2. And so the Ranchers game point here to take it to a dream breaker. They get it done. Let's go. Saturday Night Pickleball. I mean, Saturday afternoon night pickleball. So here we go. Here's our lineup. We're going to start with J-Dub and Christian, then Augie and Eric, followed by Jorja against Etta and Tyra against Tina. So here we go. Let's start off with J.W. Johnson against Christian Alshon. J-Dub at the net. It's an angle dink. Angle dink back, and look at that backhand shot from J-Dub. This is crazy. How did he hit that shot? I thought he was going ATP on that. All right, next up, Augie against Eric. Ranchers up 3-1. Look at this, Eric. Just going to keep ripping balls. Goes down the line, hits the winner. So Augie went 3-1 against Eric Oncins. Here we are with Jorja Johnson taking on Etta. And look at that, Etta tying it up at 6. Jorja went 2-2 against Etta. And now we're at Tina Pisnik taking on Hurricane Tyra Black. Look at this, Tyra. Back at the baseline, just playing D. Running everywhere. My goodness, she's so athletic. Tina now back at the baseline. Tyra's up at the kitchen, and that's in the net. So the Flash tie it up at 7. 8-7 here. Ranchers looking to tie it. And after one cycle, we are tied at 8. Now, in the first round, Christian Alshon went 3-1 against J-Dub. This round, J-Dub is up 2-1. So Christian looking to make an even split. Let's see if he could do it. You gotta be clutch here. This is the #1 team. Oh! No! Oh, too bad, Christian. You know, it'd be a real shame if it all came down to 1 point.
He usually misses his serves. It looks like he was thinking about going to the towel.
Eric and Augie split it 2-2. Flash up 14-11 here. Look at that get. Nice job from Jorja up at the kitchen. So Ranchers down by 3 here. Look at that shot right on the line. That shot right on the line. Just drops it in. Jorja gets to it, but Etta puts it away. Ranchers down 13-15. So Jorja split it 2-2 with Etta. Here we are for Tina Pisnik and Tyra. Ranchers looking to tie it. It's 14-15. Look at this rally. They're everywhere. Tyra finds a hole. So the Flash increased the lead to 2. So we end up back to J-Dub and Christian. J-Dub. Oh, no, he hits a serve in the net. Wow, so they split it 2-2. Ranchers with a 2-point game. It's going to come down to Eric Oncins and Augie Guh. So 17-19. Augie up at the kitchen. He's going to hit an overhead for the winner. They've got match point on their paddle. So Augie Guh with a chance to finish this off. Working his way up to the kitchen. Can't quite get there. Trying to drop it in. He's back. Overhead for Oncins. Augie gets one. Augie can't chase down the next one. 2-point game now. 18-20. Augie returns it in the net. It's a 1-point game. Eric Oncins and the Texas Ranchers looking to tie it. Rips one down the line. He's got to chase that one. He puts it in the perfect spot. Augie can't get to it. We are tied up at 20. Matty Pickles going wild. The whole crowd's going wild. Look at this Ranchers crowd. Let's go. Saturday afternoon pickleball. So it all comes down to Jorja against Etta. Etta's serving here. Jorja up at the kitchen, puts it in right in the perfect spot. Wow, look how perfect that was. I would never be able to do that. The Flash now have match point. Jorja Johnson gonna rip one. Oh, that's just over the net. Oh, but Etta can't come up with it. Jorja Johnson going wild. Pulls off the win in the Dreambreaker. So the Flash take down the home team. They are going to win the Texas Showdown. Jorja is the definition of gangster. Look at her right here. Got the shades on. The big medallion. I want one of those necklaces so bad. I have played with a ton of different pickleballs. You probably have as well, and you know by now, some are better than others. On top of that, some are way more expensive than others. That's why it is a miracle that Crown Pickleball exists. Crown Pickleball allows you to get a pro-grade pickleball for rec play prices. They do 100% guarantee their products, and this is where you're gonna get the best deal in pickleball. I mean, check this out. They've got like 3 packs, they've got 18 packs, they've even got 100 packs. Now, I know 100 pack is a big commitment, that's a lot of space. Personally, I think it's a great deal, so you might as well do it. But even the 18 pack, 40 bucks, are you kidding me? There's 2 different brands of balls that the pros use right now, and the price for those are insane, to the point where it's not worth getting it. Especially when you could get just as good of a ball for way less. So get the most bang for your buck. This is the highest value pickleball on the market right now. So head on over to crownpickleball.com. Make sure you use promo code SNS at your checkout. If you thought you were saving a ton of money already, that's going to help you out even more. Once again, head on over to crownpickleball.com. And make sure you use promo code SNS on your checkout. All right, day 3. Let's start with the squeeze, taking on the New Jersey 5's. So we'll start here with women's doubles. Leigh Waters, Megan Nazan, looking great this weekend. They're up 9-5 against Lacey Schneeman and Samantha Parker. Nice shot from Lacey, but look at that. Leigh is there. So New Jersey won that game 11-5. Here we are in men's doubles now. Will Howells and Zane Navertil taking on Dylan Frazier and Fed. And look at this, Ernie. Zane trying to find a spot to put it away, but good defense from the squeeze. Finally, the 5's shoot one down the middle. 5's up 9-2 here, crushing it. Watch this point. Drop in from Howells. We're dinking. Out wide. Goes to Fed. Fed goes middle. Gives Zane an ATP. Look at Howells. Couldn't get to it. Zane's still there, though. Back up. That's in the net. They came out on top of that one. They've got game point now. So game point for the 5's. Look at that. Popped up. Sky high. Zane tries to put it away. Good defense. Will with the overhead. Goes soft on the next one. Uh-oh. They're in trouble. Fed staying back at the baseline. Here he comes. We're dinking somehow after all this. The Ernie lob lands in. Fed pops it up. That's in. Will goes 25%, and that's out. Wow. So the 5's somehow pulled off that point. They win this game 11-2. Game 3, Leigh Waters and Will Howells dominating. It's 9-2 here. Very next point for the 5's. Watch this. Will Howells going to come all the way in for the ATP. Match point now. And so the 5's, they're going to win this match 3 games straight. All right, next up, let's do Miami Pickleball Club against the Dallas Flash. So the Dallas women took game 1. Of course they did. But here we are in game 2. Dallas down by 1. They're looking to tie it here. So we'll start with some dinking. Cross court. Jay to Augie Guh. Augie hits the lob. No way is there. Lobs it back. Overhead. Right through the middle. J-Dub ties it up at 5. So we're tied up at 7 here. Flash looking to take the lead. Dropped in. Dinkin. Uh-oh. Gonna go out wide. ATP. Defended by J-Dub. Good defense. Keeping it alive. No way. Flicks it right at Augie. 8-8 here. This game is close. Watch this. The Ernie defended. Reset. Oh, and no way. Can't get back in time. So the Flash go out in front 9-8. So we're tied up at 9. J-Dub dropping it in. Trying to get their way up to the kitchen. They're there. The flick from Augie gets them started. Hands battle in the net. Miami comes out on top. Miami looking so good on 9-9. Oh no, return in the net. Game point for Dallas now. Jay DeVilliers not clutch. Make up for it. Game point. Oh, and an ATP in the net. Oh, so Miami so close to taking a game away from Dallas. But Dallas is going to come out on top 11-9. They're up 2 games to nothing so far. So game 3, here we go. Milane Rane and No Way Cliff taking on the Johnson siblings. And look at this. Miami ties it up at 2 on an ATP from Milane Rane. But it's not going to be enough. The Dallas Flash are going to win this one 11-3. They take the match 3 games straight. All right, next up, let's do the Ranchers taking on the Miami Pickleball Club. All right, we'll jump in here. It's game 1. Maya Bowie and Milane Rane taking on Etta Tuanatoa and Tina Pisnik. Look at this, Miami. Great defense. Reset and everything. We're at the kitchen. Dinkin now. That's off the net. Maya Bowie attacking. So is Millie. Going hard. Good defense from the Ranchers. Trying to stay alive. Popped up. Overhead. Gotten by Etta. Uh-oh. Confusion in the middle. They stay with it, though. Trying to drop it in. Maya Bowie going so hard. Look at this. Reset. We're still going. Finally. Miami comes out on top. They take a 9-4 lead. So 9-4 now for Miami. Dropping it in. Uh-oh. Can't get up there. Look at Milane Rane. Left to right to left. Getting it done. 10-4. They've got game point against the Ranchers. And so on game point, the Tui down the middle. Milane Rane looking great. 11-4. They win it. So the Ranchers up 2-1 here in men's doubles. This is a fun point. Look at Christian Auchan up in the middle. Through the legs. Eric Oncins backs him up. We're still going. Drops it in. What an overhead. Oh, the drop volley. Eric Oncins. He's on it. We're up at the kitchen. Christian Alshon. In the net. He blew it. That was a great point. Ranchers up 2-1 here. Little ATP action. Oh, nice get from Alshon. Backing up Eric Oncins this time. Drops it in, and look at that. The Ranchers go up 3-1. So we're tied up at 8. Eric Oncins attacking. Able to reset the ball back to him. We're dinking again. Eric Oncins gonna wait for a shot. Attacks again, and is there for the counter. Ranchers take a 9-8 lead. And so the Ranchers on game point. Drive from Oncins. Right at Jay DeVilliers. They take game 2, 11-8. Game 3, Eric Oncins and Tina Pisnik taking on Maya Bowie and Jay DeVilliers. Ranchers down 1-2. Trying to drop it in. Sped up by Jay. That's off the net. Jay thought it was over. The Ernie. Tina trying to put it away. They're still playing D. And the Ranchers end up tying it up at 2 off of that. Miami down 2-3 looking to tie it. But look at this. Ranchers quick hands. Ranchers up 4-3. Eric Oncins gonna wait for his moment to hit the Ernie right at Jay's feet. Ranchers up 5-3. Ranchers up 6-3 now. Starting to increase their lead, but watch this. ATP from Jay DeVilliers. Yes, that was in. Here comes Miami on 5-8. Jay DeVilliers hits an Ernie through the middle. 2-point game now. But Texas is gonna snuff out the comeback. Eric Oncins rips a ball at Bowie. They're going to win this one 11-6. Texas goes up 2-1. They're 1 game away from winning this match. So game 4, here we go. Milane Rane and Noe Cliff taking on Christian Alshon and Etta. And how about this? An ATP from Milane Rane. Let's actually see this on camera this time. Check this out. Full swing. Perfectly placed. So Texas down 4-6. And look at this. A ball in the net from Milane Rane. And look who's screaming on the sidelines. It's Eric Oncins. So 5-6, just a 1-point game for the Ranchers. Look at this backhand. That's in? I don't even know how that landed in. So we're tied up at 6. Texas looking to take the lead. Milane Rane.
Second serve.
Look what she does. She runs over to Eric Oncins and screams in his face. Wow. Let's see this again. It's a nice little soft shot. Next ball is in the net, and she just says, hold up, I need to go tell Eric Oncins that they didn't get that point. Look at her go. Some other woman is screaming.
Oh, my.
At the top of her lungs. Unless that was her. Was that her screaming like that? Somebody's screaming like a horror movie.
Oh, my.
I'm just a little bit disappointed. She didn't call him a fucking bitch. You could have kept the streak alive. We would have had 3 straight MLPs with that. So the Ranchers down 7-8. Etta, it's a nice dink. Speed up from Milane Rane. The reset from Etta. Look at Christian coming in and taking that ball. Tied up at 8. Crowd is popping. And so match point for the Ranchers. Oh, off the net. Milane Rane. Eric Oncins going nuts. Oh, you know that had to really piss her off. What happened to Christian Alshon in this interview?
Big shout out to not just the players, but then we've got our 5th and 6th players, and then we've got a bunch of people on our team that do so much behind the scenes. So, I mean, big shout out. Can I get a round of applause for our team, please?
Whoa! Didn't talk about himself once, and didn't do the Texas, how we doing? He did. Can I get a round of applause, please? He like asked all polite. Humble and polite and low energy Christian Alshon is not what I expected, but okay. All right, our last match of the night. Well, the afternoon. It's Sunday night / afternoon / evening pickleball. We've got the New Jersey 5's taking on the Dallas Flash. So we'll get started with women's doubles. Jorja Johnson, Hurricane Tyra Black taking on Anna Leigh Waters and Megan Dazan. Anna Lee's got the ATP. Georgia's there, though. Popped up. Megan blows the overhead. Just completely whiffs on it. Dallas Flash women's team just looking unstoppable. It's 10-3 here. Game point. Here they come. So they take game 1. So we'll go to men's doubles next. J.W. Johnson and Augie Gov, the Dallas Flash, taking on Will Howells and Zane Navertil. And check this point out. 3-2 for New Jersey. Get a little firefight, slowed back down, sped back up. Here we go. Slow down again. Augie Guz gonna hit the lob, and Will Howells. Another miss hit on the overhead for the 5's. So it's just a 1-point game here. New Jersey up 9-8. The drop in from Zane. Will Howells dinks up the line. Look at this. Party started off the net. New Jersey 5's have a game point. So 8-10 here for the Flash. Looking to get this close. And that's popped up and out. Will Howells shaking his head like, nah, get that out of here. So game point again, the third try for the 5's. Augie tries to speed up, but that's out. So we're tied at 1 game apiece. So game 3, Zane Navratil and Megan Dazan taking on Augie Guh and Tyra. 5's back at the baseline. Trying to drop one in. Here comes Megan Dazan. Look at her go off. Puts it through the middle. 5's up 2-0. 5's down big time here. It's 2-7. Zane gonna take off Augie's head. Goes right at him. To the Flash. Let their lead evaporate, but they're starting to get it back. It's 9-7 here. Looking to get to a game point. They're stuck back at the baseline. Megan trying to keep them back. That's off the net, though, and she can't get to it. Smacks the ball. Oh, I'd be so frustrated, too. So game point here for the Flash. Zane gets brought out wide. Tyra goes right at him. Man's battle. Oh! Zane wants to smash his paddle in half. So the Flash take the lead in this match, 2-1. Game 4, Will Howells and Anna Leigh doing a good job against the Johnson siblings, and they get it done, which means we're getting a dream breaker. So here's the lineup. Will Howells taking on JW Johnson. Zane versus Augie. Anna Leigh versus Jorja. And then we got Megan versus Tyra. So we'll start here. It's 2-0 for the Flash. Look at that shot. Followed up by that shot by JW Johnson. Gets it to 3-0. JW went 3-1 against Will Howells. Zane went 2-2 against Augie. And here we are, Anna Leigh against Jorja. Look at the lob serve. I don't know if that's a good idea. Doesn't quite work here. 4-6 now, and she's going to try it again. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like the right move. Sets her up for failure. And look at this. Jorja gets it to 7-4. Jorja went 3-1 against Anna Leigh. Next up, we got Megan versus Tyra. Megan coming into the kitchen. Keeping Tyra back. That's popped up. Good overhead. How about another? Oh, no. Miss hits another overhead in this match. So we'll jump in here. It's 6-11. Will Howells against JW Johnson. Will Howells can't get to that ball. And he's going to start talking smack to Julie Johnson in the corner. Look at him. I want to know what they're saying. She's like, yep, that's my boy. You can't handle him. Look, he's still going. Oh, she said, you're calling us cheaters? Who's cheating? Wow. So let's see if it spices Will up a little bit. Nope. He's in his head now. Flash out in front, 13-6. We've got a 14-6 score. Augie versus Zane. Nice get from Zane. Augie tracks that down, just gets it over. Uh-oh. Oh, and Zane can't hit the jump shot. He's so pissed. Flash winning 15-6 right now. Flash out in front by 8. It's 19-11. Tyra versus Megan. Look at this shot down the line. Megan's like, how did I let that happen? And so match point for the Flash. Can Tyra finish it here? Megan holding it down. Oh, but that's in the net. So the Flash with a crushing blow in the Dream Breaker. They win it 21-11. You got to remember, too, this was the matchup in the MLP finals, so 5's were looking for some payback. Sure, they didn't get the win, but it is nice that they did get a point out of it, you know, and prevented the Dallas Flash from getting 3. Dallas Flash are only going to get 2 since it's a Dream Breaker win. But I think this just further solidifies that the Flash are the clear favorites. All right, before we move on, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody that supports the show in any way that you do it. But I want to give a big shout out to everybody that has joined the Patreon. You could join the Patreon as well. Head on over to patreon.com/sorrynotsorrypickleball. For as little as $5 a month, you could become a member. There's a few different levels with a few different perks. Big thank you to Darren, Rob, Allie, Denny, Eddie, Jana, Jason, Jeff, Pickleball Jones. Thank you guys so much for your support. It really does mean a lot. And also, if you have some time, check out the Etsy store. You can grab yourself some Sorry Not Sorry gear. Go represent the show out there at PPAs or MLPs. Maybe you're just at your local courts. The link for everything is down in the description below. All right, next up, day 4, which is actually on Monday, Memorial Day. We're going to start the day off with Miami taking on Orlando. This is an interesting one because Miami and Orlando both were winless their whole weekend. So after this match, one team is going to be winless for the entire weekend. Let's see who it is. So we'll actually jump to game 3. Orlando took the first 2 games. So they're looking to take the match here in mixed doubles. Fed, Lacey Schneeman taking on Maya Bowie and Jay DeVilliers. Lacey looked like she hit an out ball. Uh-oh, now they're in trouble. Look at Jay going off. So it's 9-6 here for the squeeze. Looking to get to a match point. Miami making it tough on them. Nice resets from Bowie. Speeds up at Fed. Can't find a spot. She's stuck in transition zone, but good reset. Gets her back up, and then Jay comes up with the counter. Fights them off. They've got their serve back. So 6-9 now. The drop in from Bowie. Uh-oh, ties Jay up. Pops it up with the backhand. Look at Bowie. Hits a perfect shot. So 7-9 now. So the squeeze end up with match point here on 10-8. Maya Bowie hits the Ernie. So Miami has another chance to try to get close. It's 8-10. That drop is hit in the net. 1 point game now. But the squeeze end up getting the serve back, and Fed finishes it off with a backhand. So the squeeze get at least one win this weekend in Austin. Miami, 0 points. Our last premier match of the weekend is the Ranchers taking on the New Jersey 5's. So we'll jump in game 1, women's doubles. Look at this. It's 0-7 for the Ranchers. Etta trying to poach. They're switched, but the 5's are just too good. Look at this. Anna Leigh and Megan Dazan playing so well here. Anna Leigh firing away at Tina Pisnik. Good resets, though, till this one is too far. So the 5's won that first game 11-4. Here we are in men's doubles. Check this out, the drive from Will. Look at that get. And that get from Zane. Keeps it alive. And then he goes right after Eric off the net. He just catches it. He's like, what do I have to do? 2-1 now for the 5's. Check this out. Tries to go up the line. It's blocked by the net. Will Howells. He's going to wait for it. Hits the Ernie right up at his head. And then Zane holds it down. 5's got a 2-point lead now. Ranchers down 3-5 here. Drive from Alshon. Another drive. They're stuck at the baseline. Will Howells. Gonna hit the little drop shot. Ernie. Doesn't work. Hands battle now. Who's gonna come out on top? It's Will Howells. Makes up for his own mistake. By the way, check this out. Austin Pickle Ranch put out the world's largest cowbell. That is officially it right there. The biggest in the world. So 6-7 now. Ranchers looking to tie it. Big overhead from Zane. Christian was there. Trying to keep him back. Zane, backhand. Will, tried to place it. Didn't work. Christian with a nice get. Tries another drop volley. Doesn't work. Christian's there. Crowd going wild. Cowbells ringing. The normal sized ones. So the 5's end up with game point here. And they're going to get it done. So New Jersey goes up 2-0. Game 3 will start here. It's match point for the 5's. They're up 10-3. Zane and Megan Dazan looking good against Eric Oncins and Tina Pisnik, but they hold them off. So the Ranchers, they got a lot to make up for. So 3-10. Let's see if the Ranchers could put a few points on the board. Look at Eric Oncins going off. Gets it to 4. So 5-10 here. Eric Oncins rips to 3rd. They get it to 6. But the 5's end up with another match point on 10-6. Eric Oncins takes that middle ball. Holds them off. So 7-10 for the Ranchers. Check this drop out. What an angle. Zane can't do anything with it. Gets it to a 2-point game. So the 5's have another chance to take this match on 10-8. Zane tries to poke one in there. Doesn't work. Megan out wide. Dinkin with Tina. Goes middle. Tina speeds up. Doesn't work. Zane's there. So the 5's are going to win this match in 3 games straight. The Ranchers did win the 4th game. All right, well, that's going to do it for our highlights from MLP Austin. Next up, let's do Hooks of the Week. Hooks of the Week is brought to you by Close Call Replay. Shout out to Close Call Replay for being the ones that have innovated this sport. We used to just have no challenges. Then there was like grainy footage at the worst angles. It was almost not even worth having challenges at all. Then Close Call Replay came along and they had super duper slow-mo cameras. They were all right down the line so you could see exactly if the ball was in or out. And having a good replay system is very important. People are betting on these matches. Money is on the line for the players. And also us fans, we want to see a good match that doesn't get sabotaged by players who are cheating, or at the very least just not giving the benefit of the doubt. So go support Close Call Replay. You can check out their social media as well as their website. All that can be found down in the description below. It's a very much needed service, because as you're about to see, we have some very close calls. Coming in at number 3 this week, Will Howells versus J.W. Johnson. Will Howells, how dare you? Let's take a look. Oh, clearly on the line. We don't even need to slow it down that much. That is way in. Coming in at number 2, it's the Ranchers against Miami. Who's gonna hook who? Etta hits one on the back line. And No Way Cliff immediately sticks his finger up. Let's see. Oh, that is way in. That is on the blue. Barely touching the white line at all. No Way Cliff with the number 2 hook of the week. And coming in at number 1 this week, this is courtesy of Koopy Nation. This was actually from last week in Atlanta. Check this out. Big overhead. Another big overhead. They called that out. Look how far in that is. They're looking right at it. And she goes, no, it's right here. That is terrible. All right, well, that's going to do it for our recap of MLP Austin. Before we head out of here, let's play a game of Partner, Body Bag, Winner Off the Net.
Partner, Body Bag, winner off the net. Partner, Body Bag, winner off the net. Leigh Jansen, winner off the net. Dyson McGuffin, winner off the net. Haley Waters, Body Bag, James McDonald, Body Bag. Sorry, not sorry, winner off the net. Sorry, not sorry, partner.
All right, Partner, Body Bag, Winner Off the Net, the game where I'm giving 3 people in the pickleball world, and I got to decide who I'd partner with, who I'd body bag, and who I'd hit a winner off the net against. This week, we're going to pick the 3 people that got to wear cowboy hats, which means we got number 1, Tim Klitsch, number 2, Maddie Pickles, and number 3, it's going to be Will Howells. Will Howells actually made a bet with Tim Klitsch. If the 5's won on that last match, that he gets to wear his hat. So with that being said, I think, well, I'm definitely not going to partner with Maddie. I guess I would partner with Will. He's the best player. I think it's pretty easy to say we're going to body bag Maddie and then hit a winner off the net against Papa Klitsch. So there you have it. That's going to do it for this week's episode. Thanks so much, everybody, for watching. Before you head out of here, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you share this with your friends and family. And also leave me a comment down below. Did anything change for you this weekend? Are there teams that are looking better or worse than they were previously? What are you most looking forward to next event? Next weekend, we got MLP Phoenix. That should be a fun one. Once again, thanks so much, everybody, for watching. We'll see you then. Take care.
Forgiveness is more than saying sorry. I'm sorry. Forgiveness